Hello, and welcome to day 2 of Spring Lobby Weekend. My name is Larissa, and in case you did not tune in yesterday, welcome. This is a weekend of advocacy and action, with hundreds of young adults gathering online to lobby Congress on addressing police violence. I hope you all learned a lot yesterday and are feeling more and more confident about lobbying your members of Congress on Monday, tomorrow. It's been so great to chat with some of you already, and I hope that you all are also meeting other advocates from around the country, either at your state lobby training or at our first set of workshops. There will be more opportunities to meet each other today. But before we get to that, let's watch another video to see even more places and states where we have leaders calling in and groups represented.
Hi, from California. My name is Nettie Velasquez, and I'm the Advocacy Corps organizer at FCNL. Thanks for lobbying with us.
Hey everybody, my name is Oscar Hernandez. I'm here with my friend Beryl, and we're in Phoenix, Arizona. We're really excited to be part of this Spring Lobby Weekend. See you guys there.
Hi, I'm Jenna Fawcett. I'm coming at you from Wilmington, Ohio, and I am the Wilmington College Delegation Leader. That's it. That's really it.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I'll be joining from Eastern Mennonite University in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and I'll be lobbying in my home state, New York.
Hey everyone, it's Jamila Lewis. I'm here in Las Vegas, and I'm excited to spend Spring Lobby Weekend with you. And remember to check out the Advocacy Corps.
Thank you all again for sending in those videos. It really shows us just who is tuning in to participate in this really important event. So what's happening today? I'll start with a reminder. There are opportunities to win prizes throughout the weekend. Remember that the more sessions you attend, even the optional ones, the more secret words you will be able to collect. You all received a survey at the end of programming yesterday night to help you fill in these words as you go through programming today. People leading workshops and trainings will tell you the secret word for that session. It is a specific word and will be made very clear. If for some reason you did not get this email last night, you can find the surveys at fcnl.org/SLW schedule, which Annie will put in the chat now. So what kind of programming can we expect today? We have 2 sets of workshops. The first set goes from 1:45 to 2:45 p.m. Eastern, and those are our deeper dive workshops. These are meant to help give you a 360 view of the issue of police violence. What does it mean to do this work on a local level? What can I say in offices where I am expecting a lot of pushback? How does this issue intersect with others, such as immigration? All of those questions will be answered in our set of 7 workshops. You might just have trouble choosing which one to attend. After that, there will be another set titled our Advocacy Skills workshops, and those are from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. You will have the choice between 5 workshops that are dedicated to giving you even more training on how to continue this advocacy after this conference is over and for the rest of your life. Learn how media can play a huge role in amplifying your voice, or learn how to be an effective organizer as well as lobbyist. Then from 4:15 to 5 p.m. Eastern, there is optional state regroup time. Maybe you were left feeling like you wanted to practice for your lobby visit a little more than you could yesterday. Whether this is your entire group wanting to go through the roadmap together again, or you wanting extra time to ask questions about your smaller house visits. We wanted to make sure there was space for this at the event. Now, you should have all coordinated with your state groups on how you might want to use this space. But if not, I encourage the group leaders to reply in the email thread that has the entire delegation copied on it with all of the lobby information to make sure that everyone knows how the group will use this time. Staff trainers who were with you yesterday will be there again today. Now, if for some reason you totally missed the training yesterday, you can still attend this extra session to get ready for your lobby visits. You must have attended one of these trainings in order to lobby tomorrow, Monday. And if you did attend the training yesterday, we still encourage you to join at 4:15 p.m. Eastern so that your whole group is on the same page. Moving right along, we are reaching the end of the day's schedule with birds of a feather gathering times from 5:15 to 6:15 p.m. Eastern and office hours with the lobbyists from 6:30 to 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Now, in case you missed it yesterday, I'm going to explain what the birds of a feather gatherings are. Thanks to all of you who submitted ideas. These groups are meant to give you the opportunity to meet people with similar stories as you, similar lived experiences, similar interests, similar identities. Our first 3 groups, which I announced yesterday, are a space for members of the LGBTQ community, a space for BIPOC participants, that is Black, Indigenous, and people of color, and a space for friends with a capital F, those who identify with the Quaker faith or are Quaker curious. Now, the other 4 groups, which we confirmed last night, will be a space for Arab and Middle Eastern identifying participants, a space for people who are gender nonconforming, non-binary, genderqueer, or trans, a space for young adults with or interested in political campaign experience, and finally, a space titled Protect Black Women. Thank you so much to Ziana from Florida for submitting this suggestion. I do want to give a little bit more explanation for what this space will be. This space will be an informal dialogue centered around the idea of protecting and being an ally to Black women in order to raise awareness and produce transformative change for an intersectionally marginalized group. This conversation will be centered around the Say Her Name movement, which focuses on highlighting the lack of inclusion for Black women in the issues of social injustice and the need for justice reform. This space is primarily for Black women and other women of color, but non-Black allies are welcome and encouraged to listen, learn, and contribute. Now, I know that choosing which one of these groups can be difficult, especially if you identify with multiple groups. So don't be afraid to go to more than one. My recommendation, though, is that you join no more than 2 so that you have enough time to really chat with the other people in the room. And all of the links to join these groups can be found at fcnl.org/SLW schedule. Okay, there's a lot going on today, and I really hope that you all take full advantage of the programming. I'm about to invite Kameryn Point, the program assistant for justice reform and election integrity, to join me for a quick reminder of our ask. But before we do that, we do want to shout out even more of you from our network.
Hello everyone, my name is Patrick Kelly. I'm a junior at the University of Notre Dame, joining you virtually from South Bend, Indiana.
Hello everyone, my name is Ananya and I'm a student at Seminary. I'm joining from New York.
Hello from Richmond, Virginia. My name is Chloe Brown and I am the Advocacy Corps organizer for this city. We're so excited to have you lobbying with us.
Hi, it's Julia Rademacher-Wood coming to you from Chicago with the Illinois delegation.
Now, we spent several hours training and learning together yesterday, but it's always good to refresh our memories, especially when it is so important that we get the ask right. And for that reason, I'm very grateful that Kameryn is back with us today to give us that reminder. Kameryn, thank you for joining me. How was your first day of Spring Lobby Weekend?
Hi, Larissa. Thank you for bringing me back. My first day of Spring Lobby Weekend 2021 was absolutely amazing. I want to give a big shout out to the Tennessee group I helped train yesterday for their visits tomorrow. They have so much power and passion, and I cannot wait for their members of Congress to hear their advocacy. I mean, I honestly can't wait for all offices to hear all of your voices, but getting to know some of our advocates in a small, intimate group yesterday was just so rewarding.
That's awesome. I totally agree. I was training the Texas group, and it is such a good time having those individual conversations and really diving in to what the training and what the lobby visit is going to sound like. I think I also really enjoyed my workshop yesterday. Lots of really good conversation about what it means to work at a nonprofit. And so for all of you who tuned into that workshop, I really, really hope that you took something out of it and are ready for your next steps. Well, Kameryn, I honestly could just continue to talk about how amazing yesterday was, but I did want to go over the ask one more time for people watching. So could you take us through what we should be saying in our lobby visits tomorrow?
Absolutely, Larissa. I don't mind repeating, since we really want you all to have the 4 main reforms we're asking for down, so you can confidently advocate for them during your lobby visits tomorrow. We are asking Congress tomorrow during our lobby visits to pass the meaningful reforms included in the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, H.R. 1280. Remember, our legislative ask, pass the meaningful reforms included in the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, can be found on the Spring Lobby Weekend resources page. And Annie will put the link in the chat now. Thank you so much, Annie. Just knowing the 4 reforms or provisions within the bill that we're advocating for will be so important for intentional conversations with offices tomorrow. Those reforms, again, the 4 reforms are: ban chokeholds and ban no-knock warrants, reform the 1033 program, reform qualified immunity, and raise the use of force standard and require de-escalation techniques.
Thank you, Kameryn. Well, we also know that this bill already passed the House. So can you remind people how to navigate the differences between their House visits and their Senate visits?
Absolutely. You're so right, Larissa. But even though the bill passed the House, our advocacy there is still crucial. For the House, I would ask, did you support the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act? You can research this question in advance to see whether your representative co-sponsored the bill and or voted in favor of the legislation earlier this month. If they were in favor, then a follow-up question will be, how will you ensure this remains a priority for House leadership? Police violence is not going to go away. So how are we going to continue to work on this issue and make sure it's a priority? If your representatives do not support the Justice and Policing Act, then try this question. If you didn't support the Justice and Policing Act, which of the specific reforms listed on our leave behind can you support? And I would go through each reform one at a time and get their position on each one. For the Senate, I would ask, do you support the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act that passed the House? If they are supportive of the bill, then a follow-up question will be, how will you ensure that this remains a priority for the Senate leadership? If your senator says they do not support the Justice and Policing Act, then again, try this question. If you don't support the Justice and Policing Act, which of the specific elements listed in our leave behind, which of the 4 reforms or any of the 4 reforms do you support? To make it even simpler for you, no matter what office you're talking to, you can follow the 3 sample questions included in your lobby visit roadmaps.
Thank you, Kameryn. That was super clear, and I hope that it helped everyone watching just to get that reminder. I hope you have a good second day of Spring Lobby Weekend.
Thank you, Larissa. You too. And of course, good luck, everyone. You're going to do amazing tomorrow.
Now, besides the ask itself, I also know that y'all have been thinking deeply about your stories and preparing them for your visits tomorrow. To very excitedly announce that we have some remarks from Karen Bass. Congresswoman Karen Bass literally wrote the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. the most transformative piece of policing legislation to ever pass in a chamber of Congress. Like we've said, it passed the House last year and just passed the House again earlier this month in March. This is the legislation we are advocating for. She represents the 37th Congressional District in California, served as chair of the Congressional Black Caucus in 2019 and 2020, and is a leader on both the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, where she is chair of the Subcommittee on Africa, Global Health and Human Rights, and also serves on the Judiciary Committee. She is a champion of criminal justice reform legislation, including the reforms in the First Step Act and reforms to our prison system with an eye on how women are treated in prison. We'll hear from Kameryn Bass now.
Hello, everyone. I am so glad that you all are going to be advocating for passage of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Thank you so much for your help. I can't tell you how vital it is that you participate in this manner. Well, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, I'm going to tell you what it is in very short order. The first part of the bill has two critical measures to hold police officers accountable so that we no longer will see people killed on cell phone videos. So to hold officers accountable, one, right now, you pretty much can't sue an officer because they have immunity. Number two, it's very hard to prosecute an officer because the bar to prosecute is so high, no one ever reaches it. You have to prove what's in the officer's mind. So when George Floyd was being killed, you have to prove what that officer was thinking, not just looking at the egregious behavior of him killing him. The second part of the bill provides accreditation and training for police officers to raise their standards. We ban chokeholds. We ban no-knocks, which is what killed Breonna Taylor. We call for a registry of bad police officers. Tamir Rice was shot when he was 12 years old. The officer that shot him had just been fired from another department. So we want a registry so that no one would ever hire an officer like that. We also banned the transfer of some military equipment to police departments because you really shouldn't use military equipment. Now, there are some exceptions to that, but not what you would imagine, not what we've seen on TV. And then finally, the bill provides grants to communities to re-envision policing. So let me just say, I can't tell you how much your support means. This is the way bills pass in Congress. This is the way we get them on the president's desk, is through advocacy from people like those of you that will be talking to your elected officials. And by the way, it doesn't matter what age you are. I don't care if you are a very young person in middle school or high school or an older adult. All of your voices matter. And I want to thank you for your leadership and for your help. We're not going to stop until President Biden signs the bill. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Kameryn Bass and her team for those remarks and for reminding us of the importance of the advocacy we're doing this weekend. I just love hearing her say that this is how bills pass through Congress, and this is how bills end up on the president's desk. We are playing such an important role in the policymaking process. Okay, we're about to transition to the rest of our day. Remember to keep collecting your secret words and submitting your daily surveys, which you can find on the schedule page and in the email you were sent last night. With that, we are ready for the day. The core of this work, the reason we are here, is to bring our message to congressional offices. So your work today, the workshops and optional sessions for lobby visits and check-ins are all about getting you ready for lobbying on Monday, tomorrow. That lobbying, your meetings with members of Congress, is the critical work that we are doing this weekend. And then tomorrow, after a day of successful lobbying, we will come together in the afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern for the closing, which is just a half-hour session. You'll hear again from me, we'll hear a report on how the lobbying went, and we'll hear from South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn, who is the third ranking Democrat in the House of Representatives. The House leadership is completely committed to making sure this legislation gets passed. And his presence at this event is just one sign of that commitment. And the fact that they see us as partners in this work. So have a lot of fun at your workshops, have meaningful conversations with each other, and good luck lobbying in the morning. All of the links that you need to do all of these different sessions today are at fcnl.org/SLW schedule. And as we're transitioning out, we'll hear from some FCNL staff that also want to wish you luck tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.
Hi, welcome to FCNL's Spring Lobby Weekend. This is my 11th Spring Lobby Weekend, and every year it gets better and better. I am so excited that you are joining us this year to lobby for justice in policing. Your voices are critically important for our elected officials, and I know you're going to have an impact. Thank you for joining us, and good luck.
Hi, I'm Susan Navi. I'm a major gifts officer here with FCNL. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend at Spring Lobby Weekend. It's so important that you're raising your voices on the issue of ending police violence. You're going to do a fantastic job on your lobby visits. Again, thank you so much, and really looking forward to spending some time with you.
Hi, Spring Lobby Weekend. My name is Alicia McBride, and I'm the Director of Quaker Leadership at FCNL. Thank you so much for being part of this event and working for legislation to stop police violence, and good luck on your lobby visits.
Hello, I'm Shoshana Abrams. I'm FCNL's Advocacy Teams Manager. We're so excited that you're here at Spring Lobby Weekend to lobby your members of Congress. I've seen firsthand how impactful constituent lobby visits can be, and I know you're going to do a great job. So good luck, go get them.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia. I'm a program assistant at FCNL. I'm coming to you 10 days out from our Spring Lobby Weekend, and I can tell you that our virtual office is absolutely buzzing. We are so excited to meet some of y'all and hear your stories, and I just wanted to thank you for your advocacy over the course of this weekend. I know that you don't need luck with your lobby visits, but I wish you the best.
Hi Spring Lobby Weekend participants, my name is Stephen Donahoe and I'm FCNL's Development Director, and I'm speaking to you from my backyard in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for lobbying with us this weekend. Bye.
Hi, I'm Diana Olbaum, and I lead the foreign policy lobbying team at FCNL. And I am so excited that you're here lobbying with us this weekend to end police militarization and end police brutality and violence. Your participation is so important, and I'm just so glad you could join us. Good luck on your lobbying visits.
Hello, I'm Ursula Knudsen-Latta, Legislative Representative for Peacebuilding Policy here at FCNL, joining you from the FCNL office right across the street from the U.S. Senate. And I'm so excited to have you join us today. Thank you.
Sandra Ames, Staff Accountant, and thank you.
Hello, Justice Seekers. My name is Ashley Wilson. I'm FCNL's Grass Tops Advocacy Manager. And I just want to say thank you and go get them. Hope you have a great lobby day. Bye.
Hey, Spring Lobby Weekenders. I'm Adrienne, and thank you already for how much work you've done so far, especially if this is your first time lobbying. I am already so proud of you. I know I speak for the whole staff when I say we have the utmost faith in you, and we are so excited to hear about your experiences. Good luck lobbying. Woo!
Hello, Spring Lobby Weekend. This is Wesley Wolf-Bear Pinkham, graphic designer for FCNL. So excited to come to you from right off the George Washington Parkway, Mount Vernon, Northern Virginia, home of George Washington, overlooking the Potomac River. Thank you so much for the stories you'll be telling, the lobbying you'll be doing today. We're so excited to have you as part of our community. Go get them.
Hi, I'm Jim Kaysen with the Friends Committee on National Legislation, and I just want to say good luck today when you go virtually on Capitol Hill to end police violence.